son. Hello. Hello, everyone. Oh god, I am so low energy right now. Oh crap. I always forgot to hide my HUD for my video raptor. Tells you where my head's at. Oh, but you know what? I'm tired, and frankly, if I could have a repeat of the Honkai stream where I didn't kill that bug, it eludes me. But yeah, one second, let me... right, because I have the fucking capture on. Welcome. Hello, let me pour water down my gullet. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I drink any water, my sweat glands are like, oh, look at that, something more to sweat. Like, no, we don't need to sweat this much. Yeah. So, last stream was Friday. Yeah, no, we had a weekend. Oh, what a weekend it was. So, on Friday, I tried to defeat that fucking Emanator again. And for those of you who are in the archive, it was not a fun time. But yeah, I didn't beat it. I did the Bellabog return story, and still working on that. Installing the game on my tablet really did help keep my dailies up, though. I got Tickets Tracker on again, after rolling for, Imbibitor Lunae. Then stuff happened on Saturday, and I thought, oh god, I'm gonna die doing this, aren't I? Like, it's all gonna go wrong. No. Went fine. And then...
Dragon territory. Oh, this is gonna be good.
I knew I left this here for a reason. Sunday I spent... So here's the thing. Let me go down to the Western Approach. We have one quest left in the Western Approach. I've taken care of literally everything else that has come through there. All that's left is Dragon. That is all that's left in the Western Approach. And this is because I am a crazy person. I also built the tower in Skyhold. I knew I should have spiced my, dinner. I forgot to put spices in my dinner. No, I haven't enchanted I haven't had an item enchanted since I started. Yeah. Other than that, I've also done a bit of Varric's quest. I've destroyed more... Are they coming? Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, yeah, that's in my shoulder. So yeah. Western Approach is pretty cleared. I've cleared out parts of the hinterland. Still things left to do there, but I have made strides. And yeah. The partial issue is I do still need to do hey, I gotta fight a dragon now. And I also have to what to do. I also have to start the DLC.
That is magnificent.
Meteors! Oh, come on. I literally just started with the meteors. Honk honk. Over here. Can't hit me, can't hit me. This is a wild, this is a wild. He said, with little meaning in his words. I don't get gambling. Is it that obvious? Oh, fuck. Yep. 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 Stop it. Stop it. I'm throwing a jump. I'm throwing bees. I can do this. Potentially. Come on, boys. We got a dragon to beat. Back right leg. Firewall. And here comes the... Ow! The giant fist. Go on, go on, go on, go on. Oh, hey, Em. There you go. I guess you missed the entire preamble. We are fighting dragon. Oh, come on. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, you can't get me. Fucking... Get for the armor. Get for the armor. We are the Inquisition. Are you alive? Was it showing me your live view? Oh. Weird. That's weird. So... I get it, I don't know, maybe you're caught in a weird ad space. Dragons are hard, mate. Honestly, Bull loves it if you fight them with him, but the problem is, dragons are fucking hard. Look at this. Oh, fuck. Cole, get up. Nope. Move. Nope. No. No. Fuck you. Up. Bull. Get your big ass up. Dorian's out here, keeping us alive to the best of his ability. Well, drink a fucking potion. Dorian, drink a fucking potion. And Cole's still down. Which is shit, because he's actually most of my DPS right now. Ugh. Yes. Ugh. Indeed. Why did I think this was a good idea? Why did off-stream me from like this morning think, oh yeah, I can take on a dragon tonight? Was I high? It's a good, honestly. Because also remember this, I'm using schematics and parts that are like the highest quality, and I'm still getting my ass handed to me. The only difference is I do not have the best potions, I can admit that. Oh! Never been good with my potion. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on! Bull is holding you... Bull is holding the line somehow. Whoop. No! Fucking laser beam breath. Who's over here? Nope. Come on. Come on. Drink a potion. Oh. I see someone up. Nope, Cole's down. That was a waste of time. Fucking thunder. The AoE that won't stop killing. Hey, Cole's an actual ghost now. Go, 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 go. Whoop. God. As long as it keeps doing that, I keep getting fucked. And not in the fun way. Dorian's up. Bull's over there. Fine. Come. Give me the revive. I just need to be on the edge of this shit. Nope. 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 Fuck you. Fuck you. Go. Hashtag oh no. This fight is literally repeat hashtag oh no. Don't need tactical. Need to keep doing raw damage. Oh, come on! There's dead. Oh no, I need to stand in it. It does that shit. Oh, it probably helps I get health from what I'm doing. I was like, I regenerate health. That's probably to do with one of my damage with one of my equipment pieces. It's probably the only reason I'm still alive. Come on, come on, come on. How about the bus? All over this dragon. Call it the Iron Bull Special. Ow, stop nipping me. Dragon Hunter.
This is the greatest day of my life. Did you all see that? Asa!
Fireball. I never want to do that again. Or at least... No, never again. Never again. Why did I get an operation for that, though? God damn it. Oh, Jesus. Christ. Well, we did it, Em. We slayed a dragon. And Bull got horny. I'm dead. Just leave me on the road. Effort. A natural aphrodisiac. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Alright. Now with that done, let's go back to the boat. Because the weird thing was, so I was doing this to finish off Varric's personal quest, not the later one, the first one, Seeing Red. Because I only need one more, and there's one that I can get to now, but then I took the boat, and then I was like, oh, is there a fast travel point? There is not a fast travel point to this shore. And you have to go through an underground a small dungeon, but you still gotta go through it. Like, I don't want to go all the way back just to slay a dragon. Ugh. I mean, I still haven't slayed the dragon at the hinterlands. Yeah, there's one more Seeing Red here. Oh boy. Oh. Oh, are you kidding me? It's a fast travel point. The boat itself is a fast travel point. You know what? I'm not gonna complain. You know what I did? You know what I did today? I also got on belt. I also updated all my Baldur's Gate mod. Well, all the ones that needed updates. That's right, I'm making progress towards it again. Towards that epilogue that we never saw. Towards new and strange horizons and... things. If it's not clear, I lost my mind a while back. Get this out. There's a door over there I could unlock, but I once did this with a rogue. And I will prove it to my dying breath. I can do this as a rogue, I can do this as a mage. Nope. Okay. Let's stop waterlogging Herah here. Yeah. Yeah, no. So, again, so, there's one other thing we have to do. Actually, oh, fuck. I just realized it. And I already said earlier, we actually do have to fight one more dragon. Because it's clearly the final quest of the Western Approach, is to fight the dragon. And the difference is, it actually has a quest line leading up to it. The bull, hold on to that boner. Have a key.
When we fight, you make them not people, so their death doesn't stick to you.
Yes, pick that up in Saharan. You got to keep it separate. Out here, anything could be a threat. You kill for the team, no questions asked.
I see it. A wall of wounds. Nothing on this side has a family.
When we're at the tavern or back home, it goes back to normal. People get to be people again.
What if someone attacks you in a tavern?
That's when shit gets messed up.
Big old bull rider. It's like a third arm. Some people call him Bull, the tripod. You know what's crazy, though? You know what's crazy to think? And I only think about this because now I have Mass Effect in a potential lineup. Oh, there's a Dark Swarm thing over there. And over here. Bull is voiced by the same person who does James... You have written the Bull. Is voiced by the same person that voices James Vega. They're both voiced by Freddie Prinze Jr., who also was Fred in the live-action Scooby-Doo movies, the original ones. Which are all very different performances and very weird to think about. I have to I always remember that, and the problem is, because the only image I have of Freddie Prinze Jr. is his time as Fred. There's the only, like, picture of him, the actual person, in my head. Wait, did I ever point this out even in an archive stream? So it's been obvious for the last few streams, so if you haven't been here in a while, I have new shading for my hair. There's another trick I was trying to get to work, but I ended up messing up. And I gotta do a whole lot of extra shit that I cannot be bothered to do at this juncture. Minty fresh. Alright. Since we've done Here Lies the Abyss, that means we have a few cutscenes to do for each companion. I've been avoiding doing them, but it's time to. Varric! Because he's our favorite. And we saved Hawk, so this is not too bad.
I knew Stroud, you know, not well. He saved Hawk's little sister from the Blight. Not many people knew who he was, but the man was a hero when it mattered. He wasn't the first good man to fall to Corypheus. He won't be the last. This story's no good for heroes.
At least Hawk survived.
You must be glad that Hawk made it back in one piece.
Yeah, closest thing I've ever seen to a miracle there. Hawk asked me to tell everyone back in Kirkwall where he's going. Fenris needs to know. Maker, I'm glad I won't be doing this in person. I'd better write some letters. Excuse me.
Remind me to purchase. I'm sure I can find it online. I wanted to get it physically, but I could get it online. I'll get it online to get Blu-ray. Maybe we'll read it after we're done. That could be a stream idea. Reading Blu-ray together. Oh, but I'll kill my voice. That's the assurance that I'll get. But it's good. And yes, you tell Fenris.
Words with my publisher. The first one will be you, and the second one will be bastard. They've claimed for years my crime serials don't sell in Orlais. So why is the Council of Heralds asking me for autographs? Sorry, distracted. Anyway, you need something?
I think your publisher was pocketing the difference.
I've read your Tale of the Champion.
That's a pretty common reaction.
Yep, there's no new thing there. Varric. I think Varric's lead writer once said Varric is written as basically his personality was a slimy car salesman, and Brian Bloom basically took the voice, gave him a voice, and just pushed it to its limit.
I cannot believe the Grey Wardens could even conceive of such a plan. To seek out these old gods deliberately in some bizarre attempt to preempt the Blight.
Have you ever left Hawk in the Fade, though, unfriended? I've never been able to personally do it. Much in the same way, as much as there are good things about having the Templars join you. Same thing, I can't really, just because I say this, and I'm going to preface it. There are choices that are incredibly hard to make if you're a long-time player. If you played Inquisition or you had you viewed the world through a specific lens in the first two games. Really, basically, by this game, you have such a held belief. And it's hard to go another way. Like, Ming, I believe, who raided us too. Was it Ming? Wait, let me double check. Yeah. Ming, who raided us, she got she's playing it for the first time, and she went with the Templars, and I went, but it's really hard after your first playthrough to change what you do on a second playthrough onward. Because you have all this foresight. A great example is last Dragon Age stream. I literally left off certain judgments until after we recruited the Wardens.
And calling the army of demons? That's my favorite part.
The demons are nothing. They're a tool.
A tool that would have let Corypheus ride roughshod over most of Orlais.
Even if they hadn't, the entire idea is wrong. The Blight is not something one smugly outsmarts. Forgive me. The entire idea is unnerving.
I had a thought just now. And I don't like that I had this thought. The following is spoiler territory. I will leave Solus's section of the room when I am done with the spoiler. Solus made the Fade by making it and sundering the world as he did. What the fuck are the Darkspawn actually then? Because the Maker's Throne is apparently a thing, but in Corypheus' existence at least speaks some truth to the Makers entering the Golden City. But why did things happen, especially if the world was never naturally in this state, ever? Why do I have a feeling Solus knows something about the Darkspawn that's never made clear? Dorian, you might have something to say to me, but you also need to talk to your dad.
You have remarkably little here on early to Vinter history. All these gifts to the Inquisition, and the best they can do is the Malefica Imperio. Trite propaganda. But if you want 20 volumes on whether Divine Galatea took a shit on Sunday, this is evidently the place to find it.
Did she take a shit on Sunday? Also, 20 volumes? What, did they analyze her shit? Looking for?
If I knew what you were looking for, I could help you.
Because you're a mage? Considering education standards in the South, that's hardly a recommendation.
Oh, Dorian.
I apologize. That was unworthy. Did I see something by Genitivi here? I could have sworn.
What is this about, Dorian?
When everyone returned, they told us about your tumble into the Abyssal Rift. You went into the Fade. Physically went in.
Yes.
Are you... all right?
No!
It was like walking in a nightmare, but everything was real. I couldn't...
The Fade is an ordeal under normal circumstances. To be the only real thing there, beyond description. That you made it out at all is a miracle. You do realize this feat hasn't been performed in over 1,000 years. Corypheus and his contemporaries entered the Fade and began the Blights. In comparison.
I was lucky.
You're right. I was fortunate.
Indeed. Although there is cause for concern.
Oh?
If you can walk in the Fade, others will try to follow. Who knows what secrets Corypheus has revealed? Not all of them will be as lucky as you. What they could unleash.
Yeah.
Advice? Keep this quiet. Let them speculate. Too many will see this as a challenge.
Agreed.
That's a good idea.
There are enough idiots in the world who think if they just use enough blood magic, their problems will vanish. It's exactly the sort of thing I want to stop back home. This I don't need.
He's not wrong. Oh, I crashed. That's weird. Usually, there's something hitting a crash. That just crashed. weird. Well, hopefully the autosave kicked in and I don't have to redo Varric's and Solus's thing together. Wait, it crashed. Nothing outward there. Weird. Yeah. But Dorian brings up a good point. The problem is, a lot of Magisters are too prideful, and the very fact that we walked into the Fade and then back out will just invite them to make an attempt. That's what it is at the end of the day, is, to them, it's a challenge. And let's be fair, to Winter Magisters, but on the whole, suck. Most of them would take eating a turkey club sandwich as a challenge to use blood magic. But I guess that's what happens when you have a society based on the belief that having magic makes you inherently superior. And that they heavily do eugenics.
But if you want 20 volumes on whether divine...
I see. My library isn't up to your exacting standards.
It's alarmingly chaotic. I found a copy of the Rebellion in what seemed to be the Antivan Classics section.
How scandalous. Someone alert the Magisterium.
You laugh, but in some places there are punishments for that.
They're called libraries.
Did I see something by... Are you... Corypheus and his contemporaries... My advice... There are... It... Wish me luck.
Oh, I skipped a line of dialogue. Yeah, no. Again, he's right. No one should try to replicate what just happened.
Here is the request Harriet made.
I will see he gets it.
Because if anyone tries to imitate what we've done...
Ooh, Inquisitor, greetings.
Be bad.
I was recently appointed by Sister Liliana to keep her books in order. I'm so pleased to be here, helping out in my small way. Well, I should get back to work. I set aside an entire... Those
Oh, I never knew that NPC had dialogue. Literally, I just passed and I thought, I could talk to someone. That's weird. Liliana. Liliana.
Inquisitor. I have been thinking. You remember everything now, yes?
Yes.
The explosion at Haven, the Fade, escaping the breach. In your report, you said Justinia was with you. But only you emerged in the end. Why? Why were you the only survivor?
She saved me.
She knew it was either her or me. And she wanted me to live.
Of course. Of course she did. That's just like her. Her message to me. I failed you too. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Did she say anything else? Anything at all? Please, if you remember.
Thinking about it, had Divine Justinia not saved us, the anchor would have been destroyed. We would have been killed, and the anchor would have been stuck on the Fade side of the portal. I guess theoretically the Nightmare Demon could have picked it up, but in a way there would have been a method to get it back to the not a decent method. I guess there are a few ways they could have done it. It would have been a great method to try to get it back. Unless I guess throwing it through the breach so Corypheus can pick it up. Sorry, but no.
I'm sorry, Liliana. That was it.
There are no answers in the Fade. Only illusions. A warped mirror. Justinia has never failed me. I was her left hand. Now she's dead. I failed her.
Okay. Oh, Liliana.
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's
All right, I
successor.
never talked to you about
I
this.
never thought the idea would gain momentum. There is, after all, no shortage of vultures circling the Sunburst throne.
But what do you want?
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
Fun fact, if you romanced Liliana in the first game, and she becomes divine, she actually... an extra slide for it is to be with your warden in the end. He actually lists the Chantry's relationship, stuff. And the Chantry goes on to be a place of beautiful relationships to grow.
Whoever becomes divine will have my support if she requires it.
And I'm sure whoever becomes divine will absolutely require the Inquisition's backing. The Chantry is faltering, but it still has influence over the people. Who tells the people what's right? Who do they look to in times of peril?
Their faith.
A divine with enough support can change the Chantry. And with it, Thedas. But this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems.
So honestly, I think Liliana is the best choice. Because at the end of the day, this is a background side quest that resolves based on a combination of what you've said to each potential candidate and your actual actions throughout the game. And because I recruited the mages as free allies, that actually pushed towards Liliana. The third technically secret one is
Your worship.
Vivian, who objectively has the worst interpretation of what she should do. And I say that because what she wants to do is maintain the status quo. She wants to go back to the old circle and the old Templar ways. The ways that literally led to this because they don't work. Dragon Age 2 showed us literally at a personable scale that the system of mages live in a circle, the Templars are meant to watch over them, but what they do is abuse that system. The tranquility is used as a big-ass control method that in some circles gets used way too easily, and then the Seekers, who are meant to watch over them, are either so few in number technically, even though they're incredibly strong and like Cassandra, they're like incredibly strong one-person armies that have the authority to do stuff. They don't. We see it time and time again. The entire situation around Kirkwall should have been handled by a Seeker, especially the second they seeked out the rites of annulment. But repeatedly, the whole thing just again and again fails. But the problem is, Vivian is a player of the game, she is a Legion Noble, and she thinks that this is just simply something else. It's familiar to her. Frankly, she just believes in the propaganda that she grew up with. But the problem is she thinks she can lead it. But she's got an archaic point of view.
I wonder if you might help me with a delicate situation. There is an alchemical formula that I must complete, but I have been unable to obtain a critical ingredient. The heart of a snowy wyvern.
Want to kill Snowy?
I had
Maybe
arranged
what?
to obtain one,
No,
but the
Snowy Wyvern.
chevaliers working with me were killed in the Civil War.
We can sort that. Yeah. I got no problem with Vivian just doing her thing. And sure, there will be mages who actually do... And it's pointed out before, there are mages who do enjoy being in the circle as it was. For them, it was a security. But they were in circles that were properly taken care of. And they were in circles that were following the guidelines and no one was abusing it. Or at the very least, they weren't being immediately abused.
If I'm going to hunt down a snowy wyvern, I need you to tell me everything you know about it.
They're quite rare and exceedingly dangerous. Their venom is the most potent of any wyvern. Ordinary hunters would not make the attempt. The risk is too great. You, my dear, would certainly be an equal to this monster.
But here's the thing, and it's the hypocritical thing about Vivian, is she talks about the circles and the Templars and the way they were, but literally, she is Elysian, and because she has some level of nobility, she walks outside the circle. She doesn't actually live in a circle like the Ferelden mages have.
I didn't know you were an alchemist, Vivian.
Or
What
the
exactly
Marchers.
is this project you're working on?
It is a special request from a member of the Council of Heralds. I am still the Imperial Court Enchanter, after all. The matter is private. That is all there is to say.
Want to tell me?
You want me to risk my life to get this thing for you, but won't tell me what it's for?
My dear, it is hardly proper for me to blab the secrets of those who put trust in my discretion. I would not have attained my position at court if I didn't know when to be silent.
I'm not a hunter. Why do you think I can help?
This beast is not hunted for sport, as other wyverns sometimes are. It is far more deadly.
It's a reference to
the past, chevaliers have been dispatched to either kill the creatures or drive them away from villages.
There's a reference to one of the DLCs
Since
for
my chevaliers
2.
have fallen to political conflict, I find myself in need of someone with a martial aptitude.
Fine.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you, my dear. I would be most grateful. I shall give the location of its lair to Cullen. Remember, my dear, I must have its heart or the potion will not work. I eagerly await your success.
Yeah. I think she's too... It's weird because the only mage that who fits the position is essentially saying, I want to give treatment, I want everyone to go back to the old treatment, but she had exceptions. It goes you the wrong way.
Please tell me what you remember.
I had visions. Echoes of what happened to me the first time. The divine was there. Or something like her.
Manifestations of your own mind, perhaps? Or external memories awakened by your presence? I suppose there's no way to tell. No one else has physically entered the Fade since the Magisters assaulted the Golden City. Oh, I'm positively envious right now.
Actually, you know what's another... And I feel like this is very true to Vivian's entire character. Everything about her is hypocritical, or, there's another word I could probably use, but it's very hypocritical. She's a mage, but because she works for the Elysian, court, she has privileges beyond those mages who, again, she is saying we go back to the system that existed, the one that failed. Then, if you put her on the Sunburst throne, that's a big upset. But the problem is, of the candidates, even between her and Cassandra's still more progressive than her. It's wild.
Your lost books have been found.
Your assistance in this matter will not be forgotten, I assure you.
Yeah.
Do you need something, my dear?
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, no. I think to me, Vivian is a character I just can't really empathize for, and it's because the best way I can put it is she's so Elysian it hurts. You know, you can enter this room. But that's what it is. She's so Elysian it hurts. Oh, in another room I can enter. And you know my feeling about Elysian. Ugh. Because I said it during the Winter Palace. I think that no matter what scenario you put Olay in, Olay as a country is forever going to be on the decline. And I think they've been in that ever since the Inquisition. Not the Inquisition. They've been on a decline ever since Ferelden rebelled and succeeded. Once Ferelden had succeeded in taking back its own, the Illuvian. Once Ferelden had taken back its own good fortune, it was over. Or again.
Wandering the gardens, I see.
As always.
I'll leave you to the garden, as you like.
You did miss one piece of dialogue I wish you were kind of here for, because I always love it. When you talk to Morgan about your warden, if you romanced and went with her. And then after, when you get your letter from the warden, and she's like, I think Liliana even left it sealed, because, but shame, because she would have read things that could have made Elysian blush. I love it. Oh, we should talk to Blackwall and Bull and Cassandra, because Blackwall was with us. Bull's is a great scene. I think it plays out pretty much the same, even if he wasn't in the party. He usually is in my party, and usually hates the whole experience of being in the Fade. And Cassandra, of course, everything to do with Divine Justinia.
Does not come naturally to me, as I'm certain you can imagine.
Writing is something hard to do with when you have hands calloused for. You're competing with Varric?
Trying to outdo Varric's next literary masterpiece?
I haven't his talent for blather.
Yet your love his worst-selling book.
Dim-witted child. Historians will one day ask what happened at Adamant Fortress in the Fade. I wasn't there, but others were. Their accounts must be recorded.
I kind of wish I did bring you with me, because, yeah, a good idea.
That's an excellent idea, Cassandra.
I certainly thought so, until I started writing. I still don't know what to say about the spirit of the divine. The Chantry teaches us that the souls of the dead pass through the Fade, so it could have been her.
I guess she died in the Fade. Think it's possible?
You really think it could have been her? A ghost?
A ghost. A remnant of her hopes and memories. Her lingering will to do good. Those things are all possible. Nobody knows for certain what happens after we die. A spirit could have assumed her form, but why? It helped you, as Justinia herself would have.
I believe it was her a little bit. Maybe a bit of her and the spirit. Kind of like how Wynne had a spirit accompanying her physically for a long time. Maybe it was a mimic, but if it fought like her, well, are we more than our thoughts?
I believe it was the Divine. She helped us one last time.
I hope that's true. I want to believe it. When they told me you were physically in the Fade, I was terrified for you. The last time such a thing happened, we created Darkspawn. We created Corypheus. The world needs to know the truth this time. No more legends lost to the ages.
Agreed. Because Dorian has a great line about this, about the creation of Darkspawn and so on. The Tevinters have nothing. They don't record the history of the Darkspawn or anything. Which his own statement on it is, if that's for a reason, it's because they don't want to they don't want to admit that they did create the Darkspawn, even indirectly.
I can keep staring at this, but I won't get any closer.
Can I help?
Something I can help you with?
Yes. Possibly.
Oh, is this just the quest
We
about
saw
Seekers?
so many Red Templars at the assault on Haven. Perhaps all that was left of the Order. What we didn't see was Lord Seeker Lucius. Indeed, I've seen no hint of any Seekers amongst the Red Templars, or anywhere. I have a growing suspicion Corypheus has imprisoned them.
Why imprisoned? He could just as easily have killed them.
Not easily. But yes, they may be dead. But the Seekers began this war against the Mages. They cannot have simply vanished. There must be a trail we can follow, yet so far I have only discovered hints.
I am curious what this dialogue looks like if you went the Templar route, because you learn that the Lord Seeker in charge of the Templars was an envy demon in hiding. Wonder how she because this mission would still happen, but I wonder if that line would have changed to, but we know that he wasn't actually leading the Templars.
But they could have ended up just like the Red Templars.
Seekers do not use lyrium. I assume Corypheus gained control of the Templars by corrupting the lyrium they were already taking. To do the same to a Seeker, you'd have to force the lyrium upon him. That may be what happened, but it couldn't have begun that way. We're missing a piece of the puzzle, Inquisitor. I need to find it.
Finding them obviously means a lot to you.
I left the Order, but I can never abandon them. I cannot even claim that rescuing them would be beneficial. They wouldn't look kindly on the Inquisition. But even so, if there's a chance... If we can spare resources to follow up on these leads, Inquisitor, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, no... What she says, too, just makes sense. We should look into the Seekers, because it's still a path for Corypheus' corruption.
How bracing to be in the thick of the game again. The last time I was at Alam Shiral was Countess Letienne's wedding.
Oh man,
There were
Josie.
a dozen affairs,
You've had a
5
lot of
secret
dialogue backed up
alliances, and a duel
behind
between
events.
2 chevaliers over the vintage of an Antivan port. But until the Duchess was unmasked, I've never seen the Winter Palace in shock.
At least they weren't bored.
No one can say the evening wasn't memorable.
They've already begun composing songs about it in Val Royale, no doubt. The game's become increasingly...
Yep.
Corypheus skillfully took advantage. It's disturbing. So few people in the Orlesian court were aware of the Duchess's machinations.
Celine knew.
The Empress realized she was in danger.
She's always in danger. Those loyal to her should have practiced more vigilance. But let's not lose sight of victory. Your actions at the ball have secured us allies and favors alike.
Our dance was the highlight.
My favorite moment of the evening is still our waltz in the garden.
I could have danced with you for hours. We must do it again sometime.
And reminder, great voice actress whose name is now immediately slipping my mind the second I open my mouth. Why is it? I can remember one second. I can remember 1,000 facts, but some of them escape me the moment I need them. Brain. Allegra Clark, that's the name. Allegra Clark, who has done a lot of voices in a lot of places.
From citizens of Val Royale. They wish to know what Andraste said to you in the Fade.
They think she spoke to me?
Even Leliana can't trace the rumor's origin. It may be expedient to respond to those asking for Andraste's words.
I didn't see her. Do we think it's in our best interest?
It's not Andraste who saved me.
Few people outside Skyhold know it was Divine Justinia who delivered you from the Fade. You could attempt to tell Varroyo's citizens the truth, though it may not be as inspiring as they hope.
These are all both really good and really bad options. Tell them I do speak for her is an obvious power play, but it continues to spread legitimacy, though it does give our detractors something to point out. That it seems too convenient that we just keep getting the green thumbs up for everything we're doing. Adraste loves all is weirdly generic. A lot of people might take solace in hearing that, but a lot skeptics will go, "The fuck are you talking about? Why would that need to be said if it were true?" Telling them was Andraste isn't inspiring, but it's factual, and saying nothing just lets the rumor continue. Telling was Andraste. Let's be honest.
Tell them the Inquisition's position is that the Divine saved me from the Fade, not Andraste.
Very well. Some of the devout will be discouraged, but it will placate the chantry.
And at this point, we don't need the chantry being any more
I was
ass.
hoping you'd be by. We've received letters from Archon Redanus of Tevinter and King Marcus of Nevara.
Oh.
For both monarchs to come to us is nearly unheard of.
You've impressed them.
And the Inquisition's deeds have won their respect.
They'd never have contacted us otherwise. Archon Redanus requests that the Inquisition, as a neutral party, destroy a Venatori cult on the Nevaran-Tevinter border. King Marcus asks the same, but demands we pledge allegiance to Nevara instead of Tevinter.
What would you do?
What course of action would you take if you were in my place?
Strained as their relationship with Orlais is, I would assist the Imperium. Their friendship is difficult to win, and Marcus is a fading power. Tevinter is the longer, richer gain.
So... Not sure if this choice will ever be brought back up, but it is interesting. Because Tevinter is the long-term enemy, and we do need ways into Tevinter, but siding with them, they're kind of also problematic. Like, befriending a bully so you can hide behind him.
What sort of man is the King of Navarra?
At this point, elderly. Many fear his health will soon fail him. Still, he is a Pentagast. Their dynasty is exceptionally strong in Navarra.
Does Cassandra support him? It's actually a good question, does she? Hey, Shin!
As a Pentagast, will Cassandra be upset if we don't help her relatives?
With all respect to Sikar Pentagast, her interest in politics is best described as thin.
Why do they need us?
Why is the ruler of Tevinter turning on the Venatori?
He has little reason to love them. Archon Redanus has rightly identified Corypheus as competition. Few monarchs relish a self-styled god showing up to claim their throne.
And what's he like?
Tell me about Redanus.
Like most Tevinter rulers, he's heir to an ancient bloodline, politically shrewd, and a highly skilled mage. Rumor also claims he has an incredibly soft spot for cats.
Ah! Don't muddy the waters, Josephine. Okay, so... let's think about... So, King Marcus of Navarre is an older man, is an elderly man, let's actually put it. He is an elderly man whose own internal politics believe that he's frail, and he's probably going to have failing health soon. He wants us to work with him. We also know that in Navarra, there are a lot of... there's the Montalitasi, the death cult of necromancers. Reavers, who... many of which get driven insane after a while because humans aren't meant to drink dragon's blood, motherfuckers. And of course, Cassandra's bloodline as a whole. Though, if you hear her talk about stories, some of which require specific backgrounds or specializations. Kind of nightmarish, especially for me. I think we need the as much as I don't like it, I think the inroads into Tevinter are better.
Tell the Archon the Inquisition will do Tevinter the favor of wiping out the Venatori on its borders.
Very good, Inquisitor. We'll inform him at once. Yes?
Talk about us. Does anyone gossip about us?
Has our being together set any tongues wagging?
Undoubtedly. A rumor already gave you a dozen suitors the moment you took your title.
What kind?
Who are these rumors pairing me with?
I can only speak to what was whispered in several courts.
Several?
Josephine?
To begin with, Cassandra, Leliana, Conan, Dorian, Mother Giselle, Enchanter Fiona, Chancellor Roderick, 3 R's, 2 Counts, and some man named Philip.
Philip.
Honestly, I don't think he even exists.
Yeah. What I love is that you kind of get that turn that she's a little bit, like, peeved about it.
And I thought we might go somewhere a little more private for a while.
I have so much to do, but... Oh, let's do. After you.
Oh. Yeah. It ain't no patch 6 kissing from Baldur's Gate, but it's still cute. Adorable. Hey, Morgan. Don't worry, we'll get Marx Mahariel. Oh, they headbutt each other. Oh, they headbutt each other, and now there's blood everywhere. You don't headbutt a Kunari. The Kunari butts heads with you. Alright, Cole and Sarah.
I suppose you're right.
Oh, Krem. You got any more operations?
Commander Cullen did good work at Adamant. Breached those walls like he'd done it a dozen times. Nice job with the demons, by the way.
My headset on back? Oh my god, my headset's on backwards, that's why. Like, why is the singing in my other ear? Even though she's over here, I was hearing it over here. How can we use you?
Can you think of any other tasks suitable for the Chargers?
You sealed the main rift at Adamant, but the fortress is still a mess. Demons, darkspawn, make a knows what. I could take Rocky out there with some of the boys. They know how to bring down walls. We can't close rifts, but we can bury the bastards under a ton of rubble.
Cool.
We'll talk later.
Creme a la creme. Oh, Iron Bull's down here too. Well, I don't think I've talked to you enough down here. We've got like a bunch of shit to talk about.
Come, have a drink. To killing a high dragon like warriors of legend.
What are you poured?
What exactly am I supposed to be drinking?
Maras Lok.
What does that mean?
It means drink.
Yeah, that makes sense, because the Kunari don't waste words.
I know, right? Put some chest on your chest.
That's the chest contact.
Gurgle right before it spat fire. And that roar. What I wouldn't give to roar like that. The way the ground shook when it landed. The smell of the fires burning. Tarsidathan Halsam. You know, Kunari hold dragons sacred. Well, as much as we hold anything sacred. Here, your turn.
What was the Kunari phrase?
That thing you just said. You shouted it during the fight, too. What does it mean?
Oh, Tarsidathan Halsam. Closest translation would be, I will bring myself sexual pleasure later, while thinking about this with great respect.
Why do you have a specific
you shouted that
statement
while
for
it was
this?
breathing fire at us.
I know, right?
It's not even the thing of he said it. It's the fact that they have a specific phrase for that. They have a phrase to tell... They have a method of saying, I'm going to touch myself to this with, or thinking with great respect. Fucking Kunari, mate.
Yes, the second cup's easier. Most of the nerves in your throat are dead after the first one. Atashi, the glorious ones. That's our word for them. Atashi.
Why dragon sacred anyway?
Why do you think the Kunari think of dragons that way?
Well, you know how we have horns. We kind of look more dragony than most people. Maybe it's that. But a few of the Ben Hasrath have this crazy old theory. See, the Tamasrans control who we mate with. They breed us for jobs like you'd breed dogs or horses. What if they mixed in some dragon a long time ago? Maybe drinking the blood.
Yeah, you end up with
magic,
reavers.
I don't know. But something in that dragon we killed spoke to me.
We definitely know it's not drinking blood, because the Reavers have been a long-lived case study in Navarra, where they do grow scales, but insanity usually comes first. I think it's more likely that somewhere in the Kyun and down the Kunari's line, they were probably dragon fuckers.
It's a shame we had to kill the dragon.
Damn good fight. Dragons are the embodiment of raw power. But it's all uncontrolled. Savage. So, they need to be destroyed. Taming the wild. Order out of chaos. Have another drink.
Look. I'm gonna wake up on the floor tomorrow. I was wish I actually just had I had my alcohol for tonight.
Nice. To dragons.
That's what it's from. Good fight.
To finding the biggest, baddest things in the world and showing them that we're badder.
Anan.
Bull.
Inquisitor.
And you are?
The bartender. Cabot?
Just the bartender?
You were expecting...
And the Inquisition.
Well, welcome to the Inquisition.
Thank you. Welcome to the tavern.
How's morale?
What's the current mood?
Sprightly.
Know any rumors?
What's the word out there?
A few complaining that you've time to bed your allies. I don't judge. Much.
Trained.
Where did you study? I assume you're trained.
In bartending? I'm no alchemist. You mix the bottles that don't taste like nug and you pretend to listen. I suppose I trained at home, during feast day family visits. My specialty is ale. Old Antivan recipe. The secret is ale.
Hey Jaded, why join?
You're a bit of a hard ass. Why are you here?
And if I could fight, I'd be in a helmet. If I was a mage, I'd throw fire. And probably be dead. But I can't do anything. Just like the hundreds of people who can't do anything. Who make sure the thousands who can do something, can do it. Besides, if you know a safer place than your castle, do share.
As you were.
Inquisitor?
Being not wrong. This is literally one of the safest places.
Again. Again. Come on! This is why the Kyun doesn't like women fighting. I should have asked Cullen. Good one.
Perhaps you can take over.
Yeah.
Qunari training exercise to master your fear. I heard about the nightmare at Adamant. Sounded big.
What's the exercise? Like,
Can you explain why I'm supposed to hit you with this stick?
Probably, if I try. It'd involve a lot of Qunari words, though. Just hit me with the stick, alright? I need to get over this demon crap.
Hit him.
Alright.
There we go. Oh, yeah. Damn demon. Who's stuck in the fade, huh?
That's right, let it out.
You fought in that siege. Every demon at Adamant wanted to tear you in half.
I bet, you demon assholes. And who killed you? That's right. Iron fucking Bull! I needed that. Thanks, boss.
Feeling better?
And that works for you?
Yep.
Alright then.
Oh boy. Never change. And this is why Bull's entire romance is based on BDSM.
I can't understand how those women in the kitchen could be awake so early after the night we had.
Wait, what?
See you later, Bull.
Nice.
Bull, have you been betting women in the tavern? How is anyone not walking around with bowed legs? Oh.
No. But you like demons. I enjoy the company of spirits, yes, which is part of why I do not abuse them with bindings.
It isn't abuse, if I ask.
Not always true. Also, I do not practice blood magic, which renders this entire conversation academic.
Hello.
He won't bind me. He's a mage and he likes demons, but he won't help.
What's wrong?
Why would you want Solus to bind you?
So I'm safe. If Solus won't do the ritual to bind me, someone else could. Will. Like the Warden Mages. And then I'm not me anymore. Walls around what I want. Blocking, bleeding, making me a monster.
Oh, poor Cole.
A mage using blood magic could conceivably do that to any one of us, human or demon.
You should ask Solus to bind you too. And then someone can bind him.
We'll protect you.
We'll find a way to keep you safe without binding you, Cole.
I have a suggestion, if Cole is ready to listen. I recall stories of amulets used by Raveni seers to protect spirits they summoned from rival mages. A spirit, wearing an amulet of the Unbound, was immune to blood magic and binding. It should protect Cole as well. The resources of the Inquisition could be used to find such a talisman.
Good. They will not take me.
I always found that this felt like a natural progression if you took Cole with you. It goes from, it's like, it's not just he's worried about it, but he's actually scared by the possibility.
We were ready to walk away, then up comes the Chancellor saying it's taken care of.
Taken care of? So they killed them? Or they
We all did.
Not on my head. All I know is...
Sarah.
Heard what went on in that Fade thing? What you think went on? Can't even start to believe that business.
All I know is we lost
We can
people.
stew about what we saw for ages, but some of us didn't come back.
Knew you'd get what was important. Yammer yammer, visions and shite. People are dead. Probably. Stroud, yeah? Lost a serious moustache there. And in trade, a busted down bunch of wardens. And they're always weird. Usually, bad stuff happens first, so you're glad when the hero shows up. But wardens are the wrong way round. They're the good thing that means a bad thing is about to happen. Like in Denerim. when the Blight ended.
What do you remember?
A lot happened in Denerim. What did you see?
People talked a lot about this one warden. There was a big fight and they died, or I don't know.
Not this
Maybe
time.
they didn't.
The hero of Ferelden? You forget the hero of Ferelden.
That was ages ago. 10 years. I was playing with small painted boxes and burying stuff I stole. I
Yeah.
remember more people cringing about magic than Blight. Wardens were an excuse for your stuff to go missing. Blackwall's
I mean-
nice, though. Different from the adamant ones. Need more like him.
I mean, look, I took a lot of stuff. That is... Yeah, no, that's actually just true. I just took a lot of people's
I hear
stuff.
Michelle was good pay for you, Inquisitor. Time to go see if my friends came through too. Got a location for a stash. Hopefully something nice for my trouble. Well, your trouble. Just let me know when you're ready to head out. Be sure to bring your empty pockets.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to go just yet.
Your choice, yeah? Only so long it'll stay hidden.
Yeah. But I also... Between Sarah's worldview and the fact that she's basically part with her position within the Red Jennies, which is... a link in the chain. It kind of makes sense. Yeah, all this stuff that she doesn't care about doesn't do any of it.
It would have been easier if they said what they wanted.
I agree.
That would have made everything much simpler.
The colors were pretty, though.
Let's discuss Adamant.
What did you think of what happened at Adamant?
What do you want to hear?
The nightmare spoke to you.
The nightmare said terrible things to all of us. You included.
It said it was like me. No, I was like it. Worse, a lie, twisted to hurt unless it isn't. I help the hurt, then make them forget so I fly free. It steals their fear, gloating, gluttonous. I don't make them forget for me. It's for them, easier for them, but it's for me too, so I can wash clean. I'm not like it. I'm me. And if I'm not, you'll stop me. You'll kill me.
This might seem like a really... like something you would say no way to, but you need to remember, for a spirit of any kind, the second it stops being what it is, it becomes something else entirely. As Cole's pointing out, not only does he do his good deeds, he doesn't do them so he can add to himself. He does them, and then he throws away anything that could... any benefit to himself, really.
If you start hurting innocent people, I'll kill you.
Good. Before was wrong. But that was when I didn't know. I can't not know again.
Yeah.
No one gets hurt because of me. Please.
That's... I haven't, like, fully read through the books, but that's sort of covered in, I think it's Asunder? Which is the book that takes place... Whichever book takes place where it, depicts, the events at the White Spire before the war goes into full rage. Really, the events that the events after Kirkwall, but before the full Mage Templar War. And, yeah. Basically, Cole killed a lot of people thinking he was doing the right... he was doing proper, and then he learnt morality.
You seem to be uncomfortable in the Fade.
Yes, wrought, right and rigid. Can't relax, can't release. Shouldn't have been there like that. Like looking at a picture of yourself, but you're a picture too. I wanted to flit, fly, flow back to freedom, but frozen instead, frightened. Not like that. It should be like me.
Ugh. So I'm just trying to imagine... trying to imagine what it'd be like in the Fade is already challenging enough, but then think about what it's like to normally be an extension of that, and then instead to be obtuse. That's the thing, is Cole, in his current form, is obtuse compared to the Fade.
You saw the Divine, or the spirit acting like her. What do you think she was?
Helpful.
That isn't an answer.
It was hers. Spirits aren't able to do what I do, but I can. I am me. She was her, whatever she was.
What about the Wardens?
What did you think of the Grey Wardens?
They obeyed orders to hurt people they were supposed to protect. They were like the bad Templars. You should have banished them.
What did you think of the fortress itself?
It scared me before. I couldn't feel through the fear. This time it was sad. Too much pain, darkness. They die in waves against the wall, bleeding, but the blood inside is the same. No one should live there. Bad things happen.
I'll talk to you later.
Probably.
Poor Cole. Truth is, those events would have been again, the Wardens themselves, he already wasn't happy with. And then the Fade itself terrified him. He found new ways to be afraid. Have I ever gone to Cullen's office since the beginning of the game? I don't think I have. I'm not going towards it right now, but I just realized I don't think I've gone to Cullen's office the entire game. And I really should. He's got some interesting stuff to cover. So the first thing I upgraded when I finally got the quarries is I've made a mage tower, and I love it because A, you got a tower fixed, and B, it makes sense to have a mage tower. Originally, I used to make a Templar tower, and that was because I thought, well, we recruited the mages, they have Liliana's whole area, we should make a Templar encampment because we should support both sides, and I realized it doesn't really matter at the end, and B, the long-term sort of aspect of choosing a side, is that, yeah, made a choice, and frankly, with who I'm going to put on the, Sunburst throne, we're going to see a very specific, turn of events, and it makes more sense to have a mage tower here. Blackwall!
Someone I knew once described adamant to me. Adamant is, and always will be, the Order, he said. A guardian on the edge of the abyss. The lone soul that stares into oblivion and doesn't waver. That's what Warden Commander Clarel tried to be. Well, they all tried to be. None of the Wardens we saw wavered. They gave their lives willingly. They died for us. And Corypheus twisted their sacrifice to make it his own.
That's why we fight him.
And that's why he has to die.
You'll get no argument from me. There's no one to blame but Corypheus. Even Clarel's intentions were righteous. Her desire to protect was so great it led her astray. It's not right. To want to do good, to be good, and have that turned against you.
Then remember the intention.
Don't think of what went wrong. Think of their intentions, their sacrifice. Honor their selflessness.
Clarel made mistakes, but she was a great woman. And she died a great woman. It's not the armor or the trappings of the Order. It's not the joining. At the heart of it, all a Warden is a promise. To protect others, even at the cost of your own life.
Really, the joining is just a permanent function to say, this is my permanent oath. Yeah, locks you into that life. Unless you're Grand Chance of Fiona, then you know, Taint's gone somehow. No one's really sure how that happened.
Want a drink? I've a hankering for company. When I was a boy, there were these urchins who roamed the streets near my father's house. One day they found a dog, a wretched little thing. It came to them for food. They caught it, tied a rope around its neck, and strung it up. Do you know what I did?
I wasn't there. How should I know?
That was about aggressive I was expecting.
I did nothing. Not a damn thing. It was crying. I saw the kicking legs, the neck straining and twisting. And I turned around, went inside, and closed the door. I could have told my father, or alerted someone. I didn't. I just pretended it wasn't happening.
The coward's way out.
It was. I knew it then, and I know it now. I may as well have tied the noose myself. We could make the world better. It's just easier to shut our eyes.
Nothing worth doing is easy.
Look at you. You would have done the right thing. We're lucky there are people like you in the world.
Well, lucky people want to
some
change.
dog out there. Some fucking mongrel that doesn't know how to stay away.
Oof. Very Blackwall.
Once we were in our peace with our lives assured.
Blackwall out here delivering some of the heavier things. Alright, I better go see Cullen before I forget. Because again, I don't think I've been to his office this entire fucking time. He's up here on the wall, and I always go the other way on the wall. Ugh. Also, the NPCs that spawn here are actually the various multiplayer characters, and they spawn in cycles. Hey, Cullen.
As leader of the Inquisition, there's something I must tell you.
Tell me anything, mate.
Whatever it is, I'm willing to listen.
Right. Thank you. Lyrium grants Templars our abilities, but it controls us as well. Those cut off suffer. Some go mad, others die. We have secured a reliable source of lyrium for the Templars here. But I no longer take it.
You stopped?
When I joined the Inquisition. It's been months now.
Why?
Why are you doing this?
After what happened in Kirkwall, I couldn't. I will not be bound to the Order, or that life any longer. Whatever the suffering, I accept it. But I would not put the Inquisition at risk. I've asked Cassandra to watch me. If my ability to lead is compromised, I will be relieved from duty.
You okay?
Are you in pain?
I can endure it.
Respect your decision.
Thank you for telling me. I respect what you're doing.
Thank you, Inquisitor. The Inquisition's army must always take priority. Should anything happen, I will defer to Cassandra's judgment.
The right thing to do. And because lyrium addiction goes real south. Back in Dragon Age Origins, they showed it with when you go to Denerim and you go to the Chantry down in the Merchant's Quarters, one of the Templars is literally so addicted that they just have him doing door duty because he still needs delirium because he's addicted, but he barely knows who he is anymore.
First the Templars, now the Grey Wardens. Both devoted their lives to fighting evil. Now they serve it.
If I was possessed by a demon, would you...
I would rather not consider it.
Tell me about Samson.
You and the Red Templars leader seem to have personal history.
When I arrived in Kirkwall, Samson and I shared quarters. He seemed a decent man at first. Knight Commander Meredith later expelled Samson for erratic behavior. He ended up begging on Kirkwall streets. He committed further crimes, but managed to evade the Order's justice. Now Samson serves Corypheus as his loyal general.
Why?
Why do you think Samson joined Corypheus?
He had a chronic lyrium addiction.
Yeah.
He spent every last coin buying it from local smugglers. Perhaps Corypheus flattered his vanity, gave him purpose as well as lyrium. Perhaps that's all it took.
Sounds like Samson had a miserable life.
The Order expelled him, but he had choices. He could have found another path.
He could have.
I don't understand how he became so powerful. Even with red lyrium, Samson's glory days are long behind him. I'd be perfectly happy never again setting foot in the Winter Palace.
Fair.
It wasn't the gossip and backstabbing, I know what the game entails, but the indifference to it all.
I know what you mean.
I didn't care for it myself.
I shouldn't be surprised. The Chantry can be the same. Their politics are less extravagant, but just as heated.
It's because
Celine and Gaspard
it's in
rule
there.
the country. The divine influences half a continent.
That's all for now.
I'm sure you...
Anything else? Yep. Cool.
That's all for now.
I came in here. Baba boy. If you ask why I said that, I could not tell.
There must be something here.
Message from Blackwall. Inquisitor, you have been a friend and an inspiration. You have given me the wisdom to know right from wrong, and more importantly, the courage to uphold the former. It has been my honor to serve you. So it's finally happened.
The Spy Master has confirmed it. Blackwall is gone.
On where?
Go on. Liliana knows where he is, doesn't she? She knows everything.
She doesn't know everything, yet. Sister Liliana had us search the Warden's quarters. Not much to find, except this. It was missing from last week's reports. I don't know what Blackwall's interest in this particular matter is, but it could be a good place to start.
A crumpled report. A crumpled sheet of paper. It looks like it was removed from a recent report to Sister Liliana. Lieutenant Cyril Mornay, one of the soldiers responsible for the Collier massacre of 937, was captured in Leeds, like the others who were arrested for their involvement. Mornay insisted he does not know who he was assassinating, and that he was following the orders of his captain. This captain, Form Rainier, is still at large. Mornay is to be executed within the week in Valrio. And here we are, Blackwall's major defining moment. You can get this, I don't know what the circumstances are, you can get this earlier. It actually affects dialogue that we've already been through, such as Adamant. Actually, there could be huge deviations in Adamant for Blackwall if you get his quest before it and end it a certain way. Right. To our war table.
It is all a grand jest. Ha!
There she is. That's Florent as a jester. Get fucked. Yeah. If she's alive, Jester is the best one where you can see see her punishment, and it serves you, because she always escapes if she gets recruited as an agent. You don't get much follow-up for the other ones. If she's dead, it's actually best to recruit her as an agent, because you can't escape if she's performing a service. She's someone who does better when she's dead. Oh, I have 2 Inquisition perks for all I've done. Short list. And favor for a favor. Get our costs down so I can get more material. Oh, we got a lot back. Okay, the Hunter Shade Dracolish. About the draconic species found a way. Ah.
All right.
Cool. We can get a new mount for that. Oh, right. Investigate the shards. I actually should unlock this. The Forbidden Oasis. There are things to get there. The Amulet for Coal.
Inquisitor.
Better hear those Olay treating spirits as anything but other than beast to kill. Yep, cool. Celebrating the dragon slaying. Word is spread about the dragon the Inquisitor killed. A note passed on by Josephine. Tell me you sent soldiers to collect the grisly remains. We have nobles clamoring to see that head up close. Wait, another Heron. Oh, Heron and Wade, who were blacksmiths. I'll give them it. Or I placate... Let's be honest here. I placate the nobility way too often. Wade, I haven't heard from for ages, and he's great. He's an eccentric asshole who makes the best equipment. And Nero, we may be able to assist.
Let us begin.
Newport. Serve any master. Valerium. Locate the missing secrets. Locate the weapon of Hydra Bright Axe. Sending me this.
Inquisitor.
Soldiers and scholars. Alright. The name of our enemy. Sydney has returned from Minraphos. Dorian's happy that he may have something to use. Else Almaldrus. During his completed research using a librarian, and believes he's found a connection between Grievous and an ancient magister named Thedas of House of Meldris. It would be difficult to prove and may be of limited use to us, but it's worth noting that the house still exists. Even the accusation that they are the same person could be worthy of a scandal. Interesting that Liliana's here talking about goodwill and Josephine's blackmail, while Colin's straight up, let's sell it to an enemy.
Inquisitor.
A quiet message. In a way, we kind of indirectly blackmailed them into helping us, though. When you really think about it. They basically said, we found proof that your family might be connected to Corypheus. We had people remove the downward-pointing triangle symbols from our outposts. They have not made a reappearance, which means little. Clearly someone has an interest in the Inquisition. Someone organized, someone with ties to those across the sea. We have eliminated the Kunari as the most obvious suspects. Nevertheless, knowing who they're not does not tell us who they are, what they're doing, or why. They're clever. We know that. They have resources, but so do we. And they should learn the Inquisition is not... that they are not to toy with the Inquisition. Liana pursue. When she traced our agents to Cambrian Braves, the match was ruled in her favor. Tell Liliana to call off her dog, save them for Corypheus. We suspect she has also gotten all she can from Sir Kelmith. A caterpillar on a leaf does not know that there is a forest around him. You'll hear no more from us. Our intention was to watch, and we have seen enough. Corypheus threatens all, and the Inquisition is Thedas' only hope for stopping him. Remember that, for the moment, we are not your enemy. As a gesture of goodwill, we share our knowledge. May it prove to be valuable in your coming battle. On behalf of the powers across the sea, the Executor. They sent me a Master Demon Slaying rune. Cool. That's all I can do at the war table at the moment, but we've made great strides. Not just that, but ugh. I've pushed us to the limit. Down to the Undercroft. The Undercroft, the Undercroft. Get rid of anything I'm not using. Yeah. I need the space. There we go.
Pitter patter, up and at it.
Alright. Well, we should work on the black wall. Angle of all this. Cavalier! Oh god. I forgot these change. I forgot. The Varric's the red lyrium. Paul has his card's gone red. Because they're essentially aware of the troubles that's going on for him. And Blackwell's obviously changed from a griffin riding warden to a man on a horse. I forgot it, but it's also like the best thing is that they all have these different artworks, and they switch when you. They all switch when you finish their personal quest, but some of them have 2 versions. Others have and others have as much as multiple versions for, like, Varric, who has, I think, 4 or 5 variants.
And when it all cleared, she was
The
still in
quest
charge.
back here.
So what was the point?
In the Inquisition? Red Jenny? How's that fit?
She's making sure they don't forget us.
Hope she still has time for us. There's trouble up the Vashoth estate with a grabby air.
You know she will. Friends everywhere.
That quest? I go back and I'll learn some shit. Anyway, Blackwall, let's do his quest.
Cyril Mornay, for your crimes against the Empire of Orlais. For the murders of General Vincent Callier, Lady Laurette Callier, their 4 children, and their retainers. You are sentenced to be hanged from the neck until dead.
Did they ever just
Do you
hang
have
someone
anything
to the
say in
neck
your
until
defense?
limp?
Very well.
Well, this is grim.
They're going to kill him.
Not now, Cole.
Proceed.
Stop!
A Grey Warden.
This man is innocent of the crimes laid before him. Orders were given and he followed them like any good soldier. He should not die for that mistake.
Then find me the man who gave the order.
Oh, shit.
Varric already saw the plot point.
No, I am not Blackwall. I never was Blackwall. Warden Blackwall is dead, and has been for years. I assumed his name to hide like a coward from who I really am.
You, after all this time.
It's over. I'm done hiding. I gave the order. The crime is mine. I am Tom Rainier.
Damn, the music, though, for this moment. Those 2 little violin da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, no. The secret of Blackwall this entire time
One will make you stand up for us instead
was
of protecting your own.
If you empty
a
the coffers of the nobility,
was an imposter the entire time. It's why all his answers about, and you notice it even early on, all his answers about the Wardens are a little wrong. It's because he's never actually been part of the Order.
Can you believe it? Tom Rainier himself.
What do you know of him?
You must know something about Rainier.
I know what everyone knows. He'll hang for the massacre of a noble and his family.
Where is he?
Where did they take the prisoner?
In the jail of the marketplace. If you've goodbyes to say them now. It's a damned mess, but believe you me, it'll be sorted out quick. Lots of people can't wait to see that man swing. Guess not.
Yeah. He's, yeah, so pretty much this is the cumulation of every oddity that has been about Blackwall for any person who's played Dragon Age Origins recently, before this game, or way too many times, like I have. To the point you understand, you know plenty about the Wardens offhandedly, that you know that a real Warden wouldn't even bother. The stuff that Wardens won't bother to lie about, and the stuff that Wardens, even new Wardens, know. The interesting thing is, I don't know if you can just trigger this earlier, but I know if you romance him, he does the after you have your romance scene with him, your first one, then he leaves and triggers this entire setup anyway. There are a few choices to do with Blackwall now. Well, Tom.
I didn't take Blackwall's life. I traded his death. He wanted me for the Wardens, but there was an ambush. Darkspawn. He was killed. I took his name to stop the world from losing a good man. But a good man, the man he was, wouldn't have let another die in his place.
Dying makes up for it?
You think your death will make up for what you did?
Isn't it a start?
Not really.
Why are you here?
I want to help you.
I needed you to know you aren't alone in this.
Don't you understand? I gave the order to kill Lord Callier, his entourage, and I lied to my men about what they were doing. When it came to light, I ran. Those men, my men, paid for my treason while I was pretending to be a better man. This is what I am. A murderer, a traitor, a monster.
You're more than that.
I know you're more than what you say. Have some faith in yourself.
Yes.
Your crime.
I need to know the details of what you did, who you killed, why.
I betrayed the Empire and assassinated a general, all for gold. The man was General Vincent Callier. My employer was a Chevalier, Robert Chapuis. Sir Robert believed that Grand Duke Gaspard was the rightful ruler of Orlais and would eventually take the throne. He thought that by eliminating one of Celine's loyal supporters, he might endear himself to the true Emperor. I can't say if Robert's plan would have worked. I didn't care. There was good coin offered, and I took it. By the time Sir Robert's involvement was uncovered, I was long gone. Of course, the Grand Duke disavowed any knowledge of the act and publicly condemned it. Robert killed himself. Poison in his wine. Another victim of the great game.
What did you tell your men?
You got your men to help you. What did you tell them?
They didn't know who they were attacking. I told them it was an important mission. They trusted me without question. Just as your men trust you.
Armies need commanders.
Armies are weapons. Weapons don't wield themselves.
Weapons don't have lives, families, dreams. An army is not just a weapon.
My reports say that Callier was with his family. You had them all slaughtered?
I didn't know Callier would be traveling with his family. I assumed only soldiers, armed guards. My men had been told to eliminate everyone. They'd seen war. They thought they were defending their country. No one likes to think about that. But it's names that carry power in this world. Bloodlines. Heirs. No matter how leaders like Celine or Gaspard pretend the game is played, that's how real war is waged.
That shouldn't be how wars are fought. There's no need.
War is unfair, and the sky is blue. But you're right. There was no need for what I did.
It's something else.
There's another thing I'm still wondering.
Yes?
Who are you, really?
Who were you before this mess?
I was a captain in the Orlesian army. Well regarded, respected. But it wasn't enough. One mistake. One mistake and everything I worked for fell apart.
Who's
The man on the
Mornay?
gallows, Mornay. Who is he?
I assume just
My
one of your...
second in command.
Oh, second in
He was
command.
a good man. When I heard he'd been caught, I was resolved to stop his execution. Couldn't let another die for my mistake.
And finally, who is the real Blackwall?
I need to know about Blackwall. The real Blackwall.
We met in a tavern when I was on the run. I was nothing, a waste of life. But he wanted to recruit me. We headed to Val-Chevan for the joining. But Blackwall insisted on making a stop along the way. An old ruin from one of the previous blights. He said it led to the deep roads. I was to go down alone, find a dark spawn, and fill a vial with its blood.
The old joining ritual.
I found the warden ambushed by more of the creatures. He took a blow for me. He shouldn't have died. It should have been me.
Not saying I disagree. Blackwall clearly thought you were worth saving.
No one should have died for me. He would have wanted me to carry on to Val-Chevan, I'm certain. But
Didn't.
without Blackwall, there's no proof that I'd been recruited. That I didn't kill him. I couldn't go to the Wardens. But I couldn't just walk away. So, Rainier died. And Blackwall lived.
Go.
That's all for now.
Oh, gee. Blackwall. Rainier. Whoa.
I have Liliana's report on Tom Rainier.
You got here already. Summarize.
Give me the overview.
Looks like our friend was once a respected captain in the Imperial Orlesian army.
Matches.
Before the Civil War, he was turned, persuaded to assassinate one of Celine's biggest supporters. He led a group
Accurate.
of fiercely loyal men on this mission, and told them nothing of it.
Admits
His
as
men
much.
took the fall for him. A few lucky ones, like Mornay, managed to escape.
Had this report all along.
Let me guess. Our spy master had this lying around somewhere, didn't she?
It would have been difficult for anyone to connect Blackwall to Rainier. Even Liliana has something of a blind spot when it comes to wardens.
That's accurate, actually, yeah.
Blackwall... Rainier has accepted his fate, but you don't have to. We have resources. If he's released to us, you may pass judgment on him yourself.
What'd you do?
If it were up to you, what would happen?
What he did to the men under his command was unacceptable. He betrayed their trust, betrayed ours. I despise him for it. And yet he fought as a warden, joined the Inquisition, gave his blood for our cause. And the moment he shakes off his past, he turns around and owns up to it. Why?
He wanted to change. To prove that he'd really left his past behind, he had to face up to it.
Yeah.
Saving Mornay the way he did took courage, I'll give him that. But I can't tell you what to do.
Get him out. Man, he is... Valerio and Orlais as a whole would judge him as the man he was, not the man he is now.
Have Rainier released to us.
We must move quickly. We can explore our options back at Skyhold.
Cooperation. Because that's the thing, is all they care about is the crime he actually has committed so far. But not just that. He's not just the crime he committed. He's someone more. As Colin said, and it's fair to feel like, it's fair to feel like he betrayed, you know, he did, he betrayed all of us. Because he lied about who he was to everyone, but he also, again, he went back to face up the fact that he had changed, because the man he was would have kept running. And he didn't. He stopped running. Yeah. When you look at it this way, there's no way he'll ever make that mistake again in his life. He'll never risk anything for money ever again. Eric, I will deal with you in a bit. I know what quest that wants me to do, but I have things to do.
I've been looking all over for you. I've just received the most terrible news.
Oh?
What is it?
I'm engaged.
Oh.
I sense this is complicated. Tell me more.
For the past year, my mother and father have searched Antiva for a match for me. They had no idea you and I had grown so close.
Oh no.
Today, I received a letter declaring they've betrothed me to Lord Adorno Cielo Tranto of Antiva. I must deal with this. But until then, we cannot be seen in a compromising situation. I'm so sorry.
The no making out.
Are you saying we should act like nothing has happened between us?
No, not at all. But it is not right that we carry on while I am betrothed. I must break off the match first.
Be a tricky
I
prospect.
assume your parents have political alliances resting on this engagement.
For once, that is something quite far from my mind. Oh, this is not what I wanted to happen. I barely remember Lord Otranto. I must see to this. And to my other duties. If I can keep my mind on them today at all.
Oh, she's gonna have a difficult day then. You do you, Josie. You sort this out. We'll help you if you need anything with it. And in the meantime, let's get Rainier into our custody so I can judge him. God, I love the detail of until you do what Pride had wrought, you will always have you will always have Morgan at the table. Wait, if you think worthwhile, we have Tom Rainier, previously known to us as Blackwell, released from Valrio prison, in which he awaits justice. Keep in mind, Inquisitor, he is wanted in Olay for the massacre which claimed the lives of Lord Vincent Callier, General and staunch ally Celine, and all of Celine's family. Yeah, let's burn a favor. Few questions were asked. What happened to Hal and Shroud still fresh in their minds? Rainier awaits your judgment. Alright, Blackwell. Let's do it. Sorry. do this. Time to pass judgment.
Inquisitor, I'm afraid untangling my engagement to Lord Otranto will take some time.
Is there anything I can do?
He is Antivan. The only acceptable thing to do would be to challenge him to a duel for my favor.
Find some gossip.
Every family has scandals. I'll find something to persuade Otranto to break off the match.
Please, Inquisitor, no. If Otranto found out, he'd challenge you to a duel. The traditional form of dueling among Antivan nobles isn't usually fatal, but there's always a chance of harm. I hardly wish to see you skewered on a sword point for the sake of my honor.
Yep. Let's do it. Then we'll go sort that and I guess call it a night.
I must present Captain Tom Rainier, formerly known to us as Warden Blackwall. His crimes... well, you are aware of his crimes. It was no small expense to bring him here, but the decision of what to do with him is now yours.
I didn't think this would be easy, but it's harder than I thought.
Another thing to regret. What did you have to do to release me?
Josephine called in a few favors. There are enough people out there who owe the Inquisition.
And what happens to the reputation the Ambassador has so carefully cultivated? The world will learn how you've used your influence. They'll know the Inquisition is corrupt.
I wish there had been another way, but my options were limited.
You could have left me there. I accepted my punishment. I was ready for all this to end. Why would you stop it? What becomes of me now?
So there are a few. Obviously, this one, you get all of them let you keep Blackwall as a companion. This one, he stays as Blackwall and he doesn't appear in Trespasser. This one, he will appear, but he doesn't do... it's not a great fate. This one, he goes on to do good things in life. As himself.
You have your freedom.
It cannot be as simple as that.
It isn't. You're free to atone as the man you are, not the traitor you thought you were or the warden you pretended to be.
The man I am. I barely know him. But I have a lot to make up for. If my future is mine, then I pledge it to the Inquisition. My sword is yours. If I'd said anything less, would an arrow from the rookery have snuffed me like a candle?
Take your pose, Tom Rainier.
Yeah. The choice to judge him yourself will always result in him staying here. Any of those choices would have resulted in him staying here. But, again, the circumstances would have been much different. Especially if you told him to remain the lie. He would have just been... he would have been incredibly pissed with you.
Inquisitor?
What do I call you now?
How shall I refer to you? Rainier or Blackwall?
I've gotten used to Blackwall. Perhaps we could treat it as less of a name and more of a title. Almost like Inquisitor. Reminds me of what I ought to be.
Ow. Noble sentiment.
Everyone needs something to aspire to.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand.
And because, in his head, Blackwall has probably become... over the years, Blackwall has become more and more of an ideal than a person.
Is there anything you actually know about the Wardens? Or did you make it all up?
I made very little up. I also feared you knew enough to contradict me. Warden Blackwall told me a bit before my initiation, but it is a secretive order. Not even the most senior wardens know all there is to know.
That's very true.
Now we know why you were never worried about Corypheus's calling.
Yes. I have none of the warden's abilities and none of the drawbacks. Still, I would have fought through the darkest pits of the deep roads like any true warden. There's more to it than being able to sense darkspawn. Warden Blackwall would have agreed.
The wardens at Adamant listened to you. They saw you as one of their own.
Perhaps it takes an outsider to show how much of yourself you've lost. I never understood the reality of being a warden. I only saw the ideal.
And they needed it.
I suppose I reminded them of something they'd forgotten.
You have a lot of respect for the wardens.
They take all men, from the most noble to the most despicable, and make them equals.
Yeah.
I needed to believe something like that was possible.
Why were you recruited, though?
Why did Blackwall want to recruit you?
He never told me. I don't know what he saw that day besides some wreck starting a bar fight. That night, I taught some village militia a painful lesson about harassing a tavern girl. Didn't know I had an audience.
Are you drunk?
Did you start a fight while drunk?
Make her know. I wasn't drunk, but I was trying to get there. Told the girl to keep the wine coming. She couldn't, not with those louts bothering her. Something had to be done.
We'll
I
continue
think
this
that
another
shows it. Even when you were on the ride, you still did something like that, which would have attracted attention because it was the right thing to do.
Your worship.
Like, that's warden material. Duncan recruits for less. Yeah. Yeah, that's Blackwell's story. And yeah, it has a few different ways to end, and one of them outside... Well, there are 4 main ways it ends. He gets executed, or you convince him to stay as Blackwall. Stay in the lie. If he gets executed, obviously that's the end of the line. If he stays as Blackwall, he's pissed with you and never wants to work with you after this. If you give him to the Wardens, he does eventually go to the Wardens to do his actual joining. But it's not the best he can do. But if you let him as himself, he makes the best strides he can as the person he is. A letter written in fine hand and lightly scented, signed by Josephine. The issue of Tom Rainier has been settled, but his deception has far-reaching consequences. Had we not used the Grey Warden's treaties, we might have not found ourselves in so awkward a position. As it is, we are receiving daily messages from all quarters demanding we make reparations. We must do something. Scribbled beneath, signed by Cullen. I'm sorry, did we embarrass a duchess at a soiree for stepping on her gown, or was the sky torn open and Haven beset by an ancient darkspawn magistrate? We needed the gold. We needed the men. You would have persuaded someone to take part with them, or whoever says someone to part with them, with or without the treaties. We're not making reparations for what we had to do. What no one else could have done. Do not forget, we are allied with the Warden. If we had no authority to conscript before, we do now. I'm with Cullen. Josephine's heart's in the right place. And yes, we won't always be at war. But I refuse to say, oh yeah, just because we thought we had a warden and we were using their authority, and the wardens we have now can confirm that that is fine. And yes, if that seems like a slippery slope, it is. If you're still there, it's time to annex Kirkwall. By which I mean, Asshat McGee, Sebastian's trying, and we're gonna stop him. The worst of the Mage Rebellion is now past. However, the mage who started it all, who destroyed the Chantry in Kirkwall and murdered Grand Cleric Elfina and dozens of other innocent faithful, is still at large. The fanatic Anders must be brought to justice. Though he may no longer be in the city, it is still home to many of his known associates. Thus I resolved to invade Kirkwall to locate Anders, but Starkhaven's annexation of this notoriously troubled city has not proceeded as planned. The city's resistance opposes me. They forget that I do this for the good of the city and for all the free marches. As a staunch ally of the Inquisition, I entreat support for this endeavor, that Kirkwall may be brought under control before more innocents are harmed. Sebastian Vale. It's anyone who ever harbored Anders. Kirkwall Resistance is headed by Guard Captain Aveline. With our help, she can break Sebastian's resolve and send him running back to Starkhaven. This is Cullen. Do it. With our help, Guard Captain Aveline took care of Sebastian's forces. Lyanna's spy says he's grown deeply impatient and is making plans to retreat. Cullen.
Inquisitor.
From the biannual compendium of the diverse and worthy families of the nation of Antiva. The greatest recent scandal of the Ontano's history is that they cheated the Arazas of several of their holdings. The act itself, it's not the act itself that drew attention, but that it was clumsily done. Blood was spilled among both families in ensuing arguments about the faux pas, and it has remained a bitter moment between the two houses. Although the Antanos have buried the details, even mentioning the name Araza in their presence is ill-advised. I get Liliana to find stuff about this, and then I get Cullen to send the duel. I suppose I could send one of my people to issue the challenge to a duel if there's your command.
All right.
Thank you, Cullen. I needed a messenger, and I also didn't trust Liliana to not tip off your stream by even accident. Okay, we're at the gate. I mean, with that level of friendship that they have, you never trust them. Also, you should just never trust your spy master. Trust them to do a good job. You shouldn't trust them to keep your secrets too. They've got enough junk on you to blackmail you too.
May I deliver a message from Lord Adonocello Trantovativa? His lordship accepts your request for a duel for the affection of Lady Montelier. He awaits your pleasure in Val Royal.
Pay my thanks.
Tell Lord Otranto I look forward to settling this honorably.
At once, Inquisitor. He wishes you a speedy journey to the capital.
Alright. Let's go. Man, we really are just perched on a mountaintop in an entire thing. So, one second. So the road for us comes down to here. Still kind of out of the hinterland. It's weird that it's technically in Elysian territory. So, I will give it that. No, it is Valrio. Go to Valrio. I guess it's just enough on the mountain to count. Whoop. Happened. What did I feel like Vario just got closed there for a second. Okay. I'm gonna quickly fast travel. Being weird. I'll just use the world map. No, it's actually just being weird. Oh, because I think it was trying to run the gather allies command, and it's like, but no, this is a private cutscene. No companions. This is you and only you. Well, because I actually walked to an exit. Rather than, you know, just fast traveling. Right, here we go.
I am Lord Otranto of Antiva, rightfully betrothed of Lady Josephine Montelier. Songs of your exploits have spread to my city, Inquisitor. It's humbling to make your acquaintance.
Everyone likes a good duel.
It is a pity it will not last longer. Before we duel, I trust you find the weapon to your satisfaction.
Am I not allowed to pick my means of defense?
Ha! Aside from the fact that your mage fire may put me at a disadvantage, I am the wounded party in this duel. Tradition dictates that I select our weapons.
I see.
Of course, if you fear you might be clumsy with such a refined instrument, there is no shame in a forfeit.
APS will do.
Trust you've made this a fair fight, Lord Otranto.
Upon my honor. Shall we begin? An admirable start, Inquisitor.
To be fair, I'm also wearing much better armor than you,
Not all
mate.
Plenari are the simple peasants rumors paint them to be. I'm glad Lady Montelier isn't here, exquisite as I've heard her appearance to be.
Gotta say, the man can keep the point aimed at me.
Cutting you down in front of Josephine would have given a poor first impression of House Otranto to my bride.
Her family backstabbers.
Strange. I would think the Otrantos already have enough blood on their hands after cheating the Terrazzas.
Who told you? You dare to bring up that slander here? Inquisitor, I will personally...
Stop!
Josephine!
Lady Montelier, what a pleasure to...
What are you doing?
Julian, for you.
Josephine, I can't take the chance that you might have to marry him.
That's not your decision. The Inquisition needs you. I need you. Yet you threw yourself into danger. Why do this? Why risk everything we've built? Why risk your life?
Because I love you.
Right in the middle of Vario.
You do?
Like,
She
yeah.
does?
Yes, Josephine. I love you so much.
I love you too.
Aww. Cute. And again, right in the middle of Vario.
Well fought.
Lord Otranto.
I'd assumed your liaison with the Inquisitor was an affair of passion or convenience, Lady Montelier. But I'm not fool enough to stand in the way of true affection.
Aww.
The Otrantos regretfully withdraw the terms of our betrothal.
Thank you.
Do not thank me. I know when I'm outmatched.
I should have mentioned the duel.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you about arranging the duel.
Given that you're in one piece, body and dignity, I forgive you. Just do kiss me again.
Oh. And everyone goes on with their life. Oh, the leg up. Oh. And she does... I wonder what that scene looks like if you're a dwarf. Oh, that's cute. That's fucking cute. I'm very happy I went with Josephine's romance. Out of the choices we had, I like this. It's very... It's like a little movie on itself. And here's the post-credits for the... For the movie we just saw with dueling.
I can't stop thinking about your duel in Val Royeaux. Running into the middle of the crowd, the noise, the swords flashing. I was so worried for you, but at the same time, well, it was the most exciting thing I've seen in ages.
Glad you're not crossing
I
me.
was worried you'd still be angry that I started the duel in the first place.
I was only worried for your safety. Your position allows for so little of it.
Do a lot of things personally.
When I first laid eyes on you back at Haven, I hadn't an inkling we'd become so close.
Think I was good looking?
At least tell me your breath was stolen away by my incredible beauty.
You are too much.
Aww.
These moments seem so dear, especially given your greater calling. Sometimes I must remind myself that I'm required to share you with the rest of the world.
The world may want my time, Josephine, but you have my heart.
Oh,
Then I count myself happy, beyond compare.
this is so cute. This is so fucking cute. I love it. I mean, I have to now talk to Josie after that, because there's gotta be a dialogue there. But I love, if that's like the last major scene for the romance in the main game, I loved it. It just tickles me pink.
Hear what they did with the warden?
That was no warden.
Well, yes, that was the crime.
No, it wasn't. The crime was far worse.
You haven't seen it.
There we go.
A pleasure.
Let's speak later.
Yes?
Anything to report?
What do the people make of us?
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't openly pledged its support to us.
Guest?
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
Ban Vigard of Ferelden is visiting. An honor, to be sure. Please show no alarm if you hear shouting in his quarters at night.
Night terrors?
Shouting?
His lordship spent a half a year with his lands under siege by Darkspawn during the Ferelden Blight.
Oh,
his
damn.
wife informs me the ban still sleeps rather poorly.
Yeah. Again, our Blight was probably... The Blight that we played in Origins is considered one of the worst ones, especially because the Darkspawn were in such remission for so many years. The only ones who were really prepared for it were, dwarves. Anyway, that's gonna be us tonight. Feet of the Dragon. Covered a lot of character stories so far. There'll be an extra stream tomorrow, because the older brother is out. And since I made 2 servings of tonight's dinner, I shouldn't be late. What will we play? Either more of this, or, split it up. We'll see how I'm feeling. Let me just... Yeah. I will see you guys another time. See you tomorrow. Unless I'm sick. If I'm sick, then we're all screwed. Whoop. Anywho, if anyone I'm particularly inclined to raid is night. Not, I'll just finish up. The notification? Which? Ah, that's what the notification is. No one in particular tonight. But yeah, I'll just finish up then. Good night, everyone. Catch you later. And yeah, bye.